Okay. I did this once already, and I'm gonna read it again because there were things that I meant to address that I didn't address. But I'm gonna suffer through this a second time and try to do this a little more competently than I did the first time. Now that I got 90% of the rage that I was feeling out of my system. So okay, what started as a normal morning, getting my husband up and out for work, has now spiraled into me reading some bullfuckery. Yes, this is a rant about Lolita again. And I gotta kind of address some shit that was mentioned. Basically, I don't know what the fuck Temper Magazine is. I've never heard of Temper Magazine at all. I'm assuming it's a Chinese fashion vlog because I think this was translated from Mandarin into English. But it says close up, the Lolita Diaries. Will they ever grow old? Oh my god! Of fucking course they can. It's part of the package deal when you're born. You have to get old at some point. Well, actually, no, you don't. You could just always get hit by a car or some calamity could happen and you could die at any point in time. But if none of those calamities befall you, getting old is part of the package deal of being born. And so is death, too, by the way. But that's not what this is about. So, I've been up. I read this article once. It pains me to have to read it again, but I will do so. Okay. And like I said, this is like, I guess it was translated from Mandarin. See? And I can't read Mandarin at all. So, let's just get into it. Sweet, gothic, classic punk, black. What do these seemingly unhinged descriptive utterances have in common? A certain dainty Dolores created by a certain viscerous Vladimir. Lolita. No, no middle-aged men here in view, though just a tale of a love affair between a group of women in their dresses tailored for 12-year-olds. Let's just address this, because I'm going to address this piece by piece this time. No, the shit is not made for 12-year-olds. Granted, if a 12-year-old girl wants to wear it, she's more than welcome to come and join our tea party, literally. But, no, it's made for adult women. Let's just throw that shit out here. Make no mistake though, there is no judgment whatsoever. This article is riddled with judgment. Riddled with nothing but judgy bullshit. Part 2. Okay. But there's no judgment here whatsoever. Bullshit. Only the fantastical fascination for this still thriving cultural subhost of fashion. We ask, Lolita, teeny bopper or fashion hobnob? China Fashion Collective is a new talent platform created by Manhattan-based communications firm Han Media, which selects innovative emerging Chinese fashion designers to show during New York Fashion Week. China Collective shows bring together New York's creme de la creme from various industries to celebrate labels, all while supporting them with everything from brand positioning to show production and PR. Han Media on September 11th, day 4 of the, I guess it's Spring Summer 2017 Fashion Week, because it says S/S17, so I'm thinking it's Spring Summer 2017. New York Fashion Week represents a China Fashion Collective runway show initiative featuring the works of 4 emerging Chinese designer labels at Pier 59 Studios. The theme, lo and behold, Elle s'appelle Lolita. And again, I did take French in college, but my French is horrifying. So please pardon me if you speak French and I just totally just took a meat cleaver to your language. I am so sorry. I do not speak French well. I'm sorry. One very serious fashion subculture with a devout following around the world. Quote, they put this in quote, Lolita is one highly niche and fitted clothing trend that seemingly and befittingly so has been drinking from the fountain of youth. The New York Fashion Show or Fashion Week show's label Souffle Song, Conrad Lanaret, I am sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, Lowly Times, and B Most, or Bemost. B with most smashed together. So I'm just going to call it Bemost. Will show off nearly 50 looks from their Spring Summer 17 collection, each putting their unique spin on the Lolita theme. Nevertheless, aside from a classic novel, surprisingly, titles such as Lolita and Junkie can do no wrong in my book. And visions of the Japanese girl skipping through Tokyo at affiliates. Who exactly is Lolita? That well-known image of Lolita style, hashtag Lolita style, something in Mandarin. Hold on, you can't. It's all kinds of glary. You see that? No, it's glary. There you go. You see that? Yeah, hashtag Lolita Mandarin on something in Mandarin on Chinese social media. I really kind of want to click that hashtag, but I'll do that after this is over. All right, in who actually is Lolita? That well-known style in reality mirrors England's Victorian and Edwardian styles and its connection to that adult quote. I always fuck this up when I read this. All right, let me start from the beginning. Who actually is Lolita? That well-known image of the Lolita style in reality mirrors England's Victorian and Edwardian styles and its connection to that young male, adult male, sexually attracted, precocious young girl. Adult male attracted to sexually precocious young girl phenomena, in fact, remains unconfirmed. I butchered this line, but basically saying they can't distinguish between the fashion and pedophilia, more or less. Basically breaking it down, they can't distinguish whether we're trying to be seductive and like, ooh, look at my boobies, and like going after horny, nasty old men. And we all know that's not the case. So they need to do their research and or shut the fuck up. I'm voting for the latter more than the former. In Japanese, the term refers to the basic practice of dressing up in gothic and old costumes. Lolita, for the quadrillionth time, has nothing to do with costumes. Costumes are costumes. These are street fashion. People wear these. There are actually lifestyle Lolitas who daily wear Lolita every day, and God bless those folks, because I can't do it. There are some times where you just want to walk around in jeans and a t-shirt, and that's just where it is, at least for me. Some people, they have embraced the fashion so much that they want to wear it every day, all day. And I am serious when I say we salute you, because, man, that is devotion. I can't be that devoted to Lolita. I can barely be that devoted to all the stuff that I'm interested in, let alone where I got to dress up. You know how much effort it took me to wear this, and it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning, and I started this before 8? So that's a lot to ask. But it's not a costume. This kind of clothing is generally based in the early 19th century Western dolls dressed in lace skirts, but not exclusively so. That's kind of ish true, because I've seen enough Japanese like stuff where they talk about Lolita and they say they want to dress like a French doll, but I don't buy into that. I like it because it's just cute, so I don't see what the fuck is wrong with wanting to be cute. Skirt lengths vary according to the desired Lolita look and its stipulations. One permanent option is to add the occasional petticoat to achieve the desired length. It's not the desired length, it's the desired silhouette, which is, you might not know if you're new enough, but it's to look kind of like a cupcake. You know how, cupcakes. I could go for a cupcake. Neither here nor there, but it's to give you that cupcake round shape. So it's not about the length. Yeah, there are some Lolita looks now that have kind of adopted the Maury girl and I forget the other one. It was Maury girl and some other girl, where the skirts are super long, which those are kind of cool, but For me personally, I like the ones that come to the knee. I'm not like the long lengths. Although I did see a long length one. I was like, oh, I kind of want that. However, who is the instigator? The instigator, really. Like, you instigate fights. You instigate, like, bad shit. You don't instigate something. You don't instigate a fashion. What the fuck ever. Who is the instigator behind the Lolita trend? Artist Maki Katsumoto appears to be the biggest contender here. She, in the 80s, created Kiss Quadruple X, is Kiss XXXX, manga series about a rock band. One member's groupie girlfriend, always dressed like a darling doll, being a 24/7 cutie pie and making sure the band's live performances went down without a hitch or glitch. She did that in Lolita, more power to her, because that's a lot of work, and then you running around in like 4 or 5 extra layers of clothes. She was, as they say, she was doing God's work. So, again, y'all can fuck off. Rainbows and butterflies for all. Many inspiring in the Japanese visual K trend, artists nowadays have concocted and crafted their own unique style. E.g., Mana, the artist formerly known as Malice Miser, in his elegant Gothic Lolita and elegant Gothic aristocrat creations derived from his favorite horror and vampire movies. Mana also owns his own clothing brand called, and pardon me because I always fuck this up, but I'll try my best, Moi Mue Moite. Oh my god, y'all don't know how bad I always fuck that up. That's always a hot mess. But I think I got it correct this time. I think I actually said it properly. Because I always like, I always get fucked up, but I think I did it right. But just to spark the eyelids, it does not claim credit for the Gothic Lolita substream. How deep does it run? Lolita clothing everywhere. Hold on. Oh, shit. Excuse me. My eye is itching. Lolita clothing everywhere goes well beyond your seasonal street trend. It is far and away for numerous young people to express their emotional needs or make up for their lack of confidence, even serving as an armor of self-protection. I don't know where to begin with this. I don't even know where to fucking start with that statement. That is emotional needs. How are clothes serving as an emotional need? Like, the only emotional need I could see is it serving its happiness. And that's a very, like, necessary emotional need. Because the alternative to happiness is just depression and just, like, why is my life like this? So, I don't see why people being happy is a bad thing. And whatever. As for it serving as armor, yeah. How many times have I made the statement, you gotta be, what was that old song? You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be strong, whatever how it was. Yes, you need to be all those things because you have assholes like these folks in this article straight up talking shit. So, yeah, it does serve as armor because if you're strong enough to be able to pull off a frilly look and not crumble when somebody says something derogatory, stupid, or just fucked up to you, then yes, it is the best armor you could humanly possibly wear, emotional-wise. But, what the fuck ever. I don't even know. On a one developmental psychologist, hereby referred to as Allison, and fuck this bitch when you hear this, has pointed out that when people go through a stage of self-understanding and confusion, quote, self-understanding and confusion is in quotes, they may try to grasp onto a level of innocence and desire, a dream to rid themselves of reality's restrictions. They need to find themselves, therefore, uninhibitedly, wildly challenge that all that is considered traditional. Expect to gain people's attention, understanding, and approval, and genuine acceptance. Thank you, Alison Freud. Fuck you, Alison Freud. I'm taking that line to mean basically that we're doing this to be somehow attention seeking. And I don't wear Lolita to seek the attention of others. Although I know, positive or negative, it's going to be some shit. I've told y'all stories where people have come up and like they politely asked me, why are you dressed up? I've had instances where people straight up just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I've had instances of people coming up asking me, am I in a show or in a play or what the fuck ever the case may be. And no, I had a woman in a grocery store just like, okay. Like, so if I was walking around with my titties hanging out and my pants hiked all the way up the crack of my behind, I'm sure you would be saying I was attention seeking then. Meanwhile, I'm just wearing a summer dress, a normal, like, regular dress, and, oh, you're perfectly fine. But you're kind of attention seeking because you could have wore shorts. But if I wore shorts, well, you're kind of attention seeking because you shouldn't be wearing shorts. You should be wearing something that covers up your legs. You should be wearing hot-ass jeans in the middle of Florida, in the middle of the goddamn summer, because it is still summertime. So, no. How about, can I just throw some shit on and be happy in it and not be wanting to seek attention, not be wanting to feel like I'm in a world out of control, so I have to dress in this manner to be able to control my life. None of this is true. It's that I like this. It's pretty. Hey, I look good in it. I'm going to rock it. That's as far as it goes. I can't speak for everybody else, but I'm giving you my perspective and my perspective. I like it. I can wear it. I'm going to do it. Fuck yeah. How about that? How about that shit? That people can be happy just wearing whatever the fuck they want. It's pissing me off, man. Whatever the underlying reasons may be, eye-catching this fashionable subculture surely is. Sunday's bold young Chinese designers of the four labels, all in their 20s and having perfected their designs at design insights at schools across Europe, including London's University of Arts and Parisian ESMOD, ESMOD. I don't know what that is, but I'm not a fashion person. Do not confine those to conventional Victorian or Edwardian Lolita silhouettes, yet choose to capture their kooky spirit by infusing a personal touch. The designer's inspirations include Turandot, Madame Butterfly, Marie Antoinette, and visual references to China's ink paintings and the classic, I forgot about this. I don't know how to pronounce it. Shinogism, and Cupac. I don't know. It's these two words, the C word and that Q word. Y'all see that? Yeah, you see that. I don't know how to pronounce those, so I'm just going to let it go. As well as Japan's Shiramuku wedding kimono style, just to name a few. And that's the end of the article. Fuck that article. Like, oh, it's not judgmental. And it did nothing but judge. Nothing at all but judge everyone who wears Lolita. Like, we're crazy, basically. We're crazy and we lack the emotional strength to be able to handle the world, the real world at large. And we're just living in this delusional fantasy of frilly dresses in the Victorian times. And we just... I'm going to say this. I'm going to let it go from here because I don't want to get back into it because I'm finally calm. But it's just clothes. That's all it is clothes. It's different than anybody else's, than regular people dress. You don't give, now granted, when it comes to religious fashion, but you don't give nuns crap for wearing habits. You don't give Amish people crap for wearing whatever their like dress is called. You do give Muslim people shit, and that needs to stop. But at the end of the day, it's what people like. I don't care if it's a habit. I don't care if it's a burqa. I don't care what it is. It's clothes. Why do people have to project their biases on other people based solely in dress? In order to be an effective psychologist, this Allison bitch, whatever her name really is, you have to talk to people. I'm sure she has not talked to a single person. She just probably saw a couple of pictures and was like, oh, well, they feel out of control in their lives. They feel as though they need to dress a certain way to be able to garner the attention and stuff. And it's just, for the love of fucking God, it's just clothes. That's all it is. It's just clothes. It's designed so I don't go outside naked, because at this point I'm so pissed off. Going outside naked is kind of an option. Well, not for me, but it is for some people. Actually, I live around the place. It's like a bunch of nudist colonies in the county right up the block from where I live. So trust me, clothes and especially over there are an option. So seriously, but at the end of the day, yo, it's just clothes. Y'all taking shit way too seriously. It's way more serious than it ever needed to be. So fuck that article, rock your frilly and do you. Fuck the norms. Much better. Later.